Hi, this is Kim Cook. I'm at Bread of Life Mission in Pioneer Square, and we're back with Conversations on a Bench. Um, I've been here for, 22 hours?
Wow.
I can do the math because it's right on the hour. And
Nice.
I'm getting a little tired, but I'm having great conversations and really finding a lot of common ground here in Seattle, which I love.
Yeah.
So right now I've got David Coffey from Recovery Cafe. And boy, you guys were one of the first groups that I met when I came here. I went down to your to one of your resource fairs.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and just have so appreciated you pulling me into groups.
Yeah.
And including me. So, would you tell us a little bit about Recovery Cafe and what you guys do?
Sure. And I appreciate that, Kim. It's wonderful to have you here and a part of all the great work that's going on.
Yeah.
We need all hands on deck in Seattle, as you know.
We do.
So Recovery Cafe is a recovery support center. We are not a drop-in center. We are a membership-based organization, and we're a recovery-oriented space. So if I came to the cafe today and was loaded, I'd be invited to come back when I was more appropriate for the space. And there's a series of programs, but we offer recovery support 6 days a week, 5 days a week at our Soto site, which you've been to, and which is Monday through Friday. And then our Soto site, Monday through Friday, and then our South Lake Union site is Tuesday through Saturday. So you get recovery support 6 days a week. And what that looks like at a practical level is a warm, recovery-oriented, welcoming, beautiful space to be that's safe for people. We serve at the Soto site, brunch and lunch. At the South Lake Union site, lunch and dinner. There's computer access. We have the School for Recovery, which has a lot of different classes for people to access. I know Bread of Life does great stuff with their classes as well.
Well, and we come to some of your classes.
You do,
right?
yes, which is wonderful. I
Yeah, the
appreciate
guys
that.
loved it when we took them to yoga.
Yeah,
Actually, they didn't at first, but I think they liked it.
yeah. I think they came
decided
around
they
to it,
did. Yeah.
and it was kind of fun to watch them gently encourage each other to do it. You
Yeah.
know, like guys will. Oh, God,
Yeah.
come on, man, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
So it was good. That's really good, and part of the core of our work is what's called a recovery circle. It's a small, loving accountability support group that is a requirement for membership. So everyone's in a circle, which is facilitated by a trained facilitator, and that meets once a week. And that really is, to me, the heart of what we're doing, which is if you've been in significant substance use disorder or mental health crisis, you're usually really isolated.
Yeah.
Right? Your family's like, oh, sure, you're getting sober. And you're trying not to hang out with people you have been hanging out with who are drinking.
Right.
You know, and so
You're in between.
Yes, and it's a
Yeah.
very lonely, isolated place. We had, I can tell you more about our three founders, but one founder, which Sheriff, you were here, she's got probably 40 years now in recovery. But she just felt like 12-step is a really important piece, but there's something missing about being in community.
Yeah.
And so with these recovery circles, it's not therapy, but it is therapeutic, and it's a check-in about how things are going. And it's really where people begin to build that community muscle again.
Yeah.
And we say that everyone needs to know and be known, love and be loved, and feel a sense of belonging somewhere. And that's the cafe. And the some of the closest I've ever felt to the divine has been in recovery circles. It's just incredible to watch people lean in. And you know, I think for a lot of people, the way you help someone is just, okay, I'll write a check.
Right.
That's just sorry about that.
Don't worry
not
about
an
it.
option for our crew.
Right.
Like, so how do you help when you can't write a check? And things like, I have a really good case manager that can help you with this. Or actually, one of my favorite stories in a recovery circle is I have two. We were sitting there at one point, and this guy was like, oh man, my glasses got crushed. I've already used my annual voucher. I really can't see without my glasses. There's some guys out on the street who don't like me, so it's a problem if I can't see them coming. You know, like, I'm just really worried. And someone else said, oh, go to LensCrafters and tell me you're a member in good standing. And look for this guy. He's got a big black beard, and he'll hook you up. And I was like, I'm the executive director, and I've never heard of this. Well, it turns out the staff had written, you're a member in good standing at Recovery Cafe if you're faithfully attending your recovery circle. And so they had put out, David is David is a member in good standing at Recovery Cafe, which is, recovery support center.
Right.
And this guy, to this day, I do not know if this was endorsed by LensCrafters or not, but he was connecting people with glasses, and people were not taking advantage of it. Like, they were giving
Right.
them one pair. So that was really fun. Another time, this is several years ago, and they were just turning men away from shelters every night. There just was not enough shelter. And one of the guys was like, I don't mind camping outside most nights, but I just have a really bad feeling about tonight. I just wish I could get in somewhere. And I'm just like, well, that's just not going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
And another member in the circle said, David, give me your cell phone. I think there's a bunk open at Tent City 4. So, and I'm not normally handing over my cell phone, but he knew the right person to call and the right question to ask. 2 minutes, got that guy a bunk for the night. And then once you're in, as long as you keep showing up, you're in.
Oh, that's great.
And that would have taken a staff person 10 hours of calling around.
Oh my
maybe
goodness.
or maybe would have found it. And we don't have a staff person wondering what to do for 10 hours.
Right. None
So-
of us do in nonprofit.
That's true. That's true. We don't have a staff
Well,
wondering
they're
what to do for 2
wondering
hours.
which one to do, not.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so those, at the circle level, those kind of amazing things just happen over
Yeah.
and over,
That's great. And there's so much empowerment in them helping each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The common thread, I don't know if you've listened to some of the other interviews, but the common thread has been relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything we do has to be, because the people we serve, we say that homelessness is a lack of relationships. They've burned their bridges. They don't have family or support, and that's somewhat true with people who are in addiction and recovery, and mental health is much like that. So it's just been the common thread that everybody's trying to get in relationship with the people we're serving.
Yeah.
Because there's more power in what we do if we're in relationship. It's not
Absolutely.
prescriptive. We can't just say, go here and do this, and
Right.
it's all fixed.
Right.
It's not that easy. If it
No, it
was,
never
we
is.
wouldn't have a crisis on
That's
our
right.
hands, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that really resonates with me. I think
Yeah.
relationship I think we were built for that.
Yeah.
We all need that in our
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah, and we're finding that too with the guys in the program. Them getting in relationship with each other and with us, and we want to get them into a church community if they find one they like, because that's where they continue. We need to get them in relationship with people that they will continue that relationship after they leave us,
Yes.
so that
Yes.
they're not dependent on us, because we've got more people coming behind. So that's really important for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I had a question. How much do you think addiction really impacts the homeless situation in Seattle?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think there's definitely not consensus about that.
No, there isn't. That's why I asked you.
Yeah. I find it pretty compelling. I think it was Downtown Emergency Service Center put this out on their LinkedIn. If as a proxy, if you use overdose rates as a proxy for addiction,
Right.
West Virginia has significantly more than we do, and they do not have the kind of homelessness issue that we do.
Okay.
And you look at the cost of rent in West Virginia and the cost of rent here, and it's night and day different.
Right.
So I really do find it compelling that a significant driver of homelessness is just there's not enough affordable housing. And like you said, it can't just be, boom, we dropped 50 new units, we're good.
Right.
It's a process and a relationship and a continuum of support that I think people need to get there. But I believe firmly that really that cost, and there used to be like a lot of like old hotels that people were in. I mean, it wasn't
There were
stellar housing,
options
but it was
that were less than desirable,
yeah,
but
affordable.
affordable.
Yeah.
And those have gone away, haven't they?
They really
to
have.
a large degree.
I mean, I think so. For your audience, this is not a fact, but I think a studio right now is like the average is like $1,500 here in Seattle. So I mean,
yeah.
that's
At
so much.
least. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty expensive. Like we moved here from New York, upstate New York, small city, and we had a 4-bedroom house that we sold, and we're in a 2-bedroom rental now.
Yeah.
And our rent is 3.5 times what our mortgage was back there.
Wow.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
crazy money.
It is.
And it's nothing, it's a nice little house, but I mean, who can afford this on a minimum wage job or whatever? It's just so hard. It's just adding so much. So I do agree that the cost of housing is a real driver.
Yeah.
I just think that we put all our eggs in that basket, and we're not talking about the addiction and the mental illness that is also, they're also drivers.
Yes.
They're really a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's not nothing. And it's
Totally
not about just getting somebody in a house. Because what are you seeing with people maybe with getting into supportive housing or whatever and being able to stay clean and sober? Do you have any idea on that?
Well, we call it drug and alcohol free, and we find that people who go into recovery housing and like have support like ours, a lot of them very much do.
So it helps them stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are some of our members who are drug and alcohol free, but they have to kind of run the gauntlet in a sense every day through their building to get, and so
Yeah.
that's challenging,
Yeah.
and I mean, that said, I think most of us, given the option, be inside and have to run that gauntlet, or be outside, rather be inside.
They'll be inside, yeah.
But yeah, and I think there's a lot more work we can do on catching people at that moment of readiness, getting them detox, getting them treatment, and then having options when they come out.
Yeah.
You're not right back
Right.
on the street.
Do we have enough recovery beds, recovery options for people when they really do want to get clean and sober? Or whatever
that's a
call
great
it.
question. It's a little bit of a moving target. Detox can be really challenging, and as you know, it's not just I'm ready to go to detox. It's also who's going to take care of my cat, what's going to happen with my place, all that other stuff in life that
Right.
can get in the way. I do wish there was a service that would take care of people's pets while they went to treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's bad enough, like, if they come to a shelter, there may or may not be care for their pets.
Yeah.
But to go away to somewhere and have somebody watch them, yeah, that's a hard thing.
Yeah.
But in such a pet-friendly city as Seattle, I'm surprised there isn't more.
Yeah, it's a tough sell to detox.
Yeah.
They don't want to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's been my experience. But we have had success getting people into detox. I mean, there's not enough, but King County is a better place to be than a lot of places in terms
That's
of
true, too.
services.
Yeah.
And we actually have been sending some people to Chehalis in Spokane that has beds, and they'll pay for the bus. So I think it was 2 years ago. It was like our Thanksgiving Resource Connection Day, and this guy was ready to go. And I called and called and called, and all I was getting was voicemail. Some of the big were just so short-staffed. And I think that's gotten better. I think
Yeah.
they have been able to staff up more. And that's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. What do you think we need to do to move the needle in Seattle on the crisis that we're seeing?
Well, how much time
You
do
need
you
some
have?
tea
Yeah.
before you
Yeah.
before you answer that.
Throat coat tea. I recommend it if you get sick. I
Like-
think we've got to again be trying. And there's stuff that's working that really resonates to me. Like Lisa Dugard's crew that is moving people out of encampment all together. Like, to your point about relationship being so important, if you've lived with a community of people
That's your family.
for some, yeah, exactly, and that's a person who brought you food when you were sick, or who's gonna make sure you're still alive in the morning, and then to go to some apartment building, way away from anything you've known, that's challenging. And so I think some of the work of like trying to help people move as a group. I mean, we've got to build more housing. I think we have to think about options for providers. I mean, a lot of our staff have to commute from like Tacoma or Federal Way, and so we've got to figure out
Workforce housing here. Yeah, Lisa from the Alliance for Pioneer Square was here last night, and she said, I don't know if I've got it right, but something like 38, 39 miles that the average person is commuting. And it might have been like one company that did a survey,
Yeah.
but their people were coming that far. I'm like, that's an hour commute here, at least. At least. And if you're taking public transit, it's probably double that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or is it even possible from where they are? So that's really, we've got to have housing here in order to support our community.
Yeah.
It's the people that work in our restaurants and, make things work here.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I think, we're not starting from scratch. Habitat for Humanity, Homestead, those are all organizations doing good work, providing that kind of resource. I wish that they'd get a whole lot more funding, but
right.
Well, but that's kind of the wish for every nonprofit executive director.
Yeah. I was talking to Caitlin McKenney from Discovery. I'll just go there.
Yeah.
And she said that their data shows that we could stand up an emergency shelter with 2,500 beds. Like, that's what's needed to just get them in, triage, find where they need to be to get the help they need. And, we need to do it now.
I love that idea.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to run it, who's going to fund it. But if we're calling this a crisis, an emergency, we need to act like it is. And that's the disconnect, I think. We all call it a crisis. Yeah. We're not acting like it is. So, that's our idea, but we'll see how that goes.
Nice. Well, what have you found most inspiring about doing this? I mean, I find it inspiring you're willing to sit here for 24 hours.
Thanks. Well, I'm not doing a bike-a-thon or run. I'm sitting for 24 hours. But
I think that counts.
No, give me a challenge and I'm there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of fun. And, there were 14 other missions that were doing this across the country.
Oh, very cool.
At the same time. We're all going to close at 8 minutes to 1 today. So it's 4 o'clock on the East Coast.
Oh, right, yeah.
We're all closing at the same time, and it's kind of a pilot, actually. We're going to do it again in October with more missions, a lot more missions. And I think it's going to be a really cool project. So I'll do it again.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's a good concept.
So there's strength in numbers, and I knew that other people were suffering, and I could do it. But the thing that's been most inspiring is just how many people in this industry really care.
Yeah.
And that they all really care about the people we're serving. And even when we disagree, we have a lot more common ground than we think. And I think that's where we need to be. We need to stick on the common ground.
Yeah.
And keep in relationship. And that's the thing that has been said over and over and over again, relationship. It's relationship with the people we serve and relationship with each other and collaboration.
Yeah.
And so I really think we're onto something here. I'm seeing some things turn, even though I haven't been here a long time. Just in a year and a half, I'm seeing change.
Yeah.
And people are going, okay, that wasn't working. What do we do now? And they're really ready to look at different ways of doing things. So I've been really impressed with that and met so many great people. There are people that sat on this bench that I had never met in person. And we had great conversations.
Oh, I believe that,
yeah. So,
Very cool.
It's been a really good 24 hours.
Nice.
Yeah. If I can get through without falling asleep on somebody, then...
Yeah, I'm cheering for you.
I've only got a couple more. So
yeah.
my throat is okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But
Keep the caffeine coming.
Yeah. I'm really excited about the future in Seattle.
Yeah. I agree. And your point about there just are a lot of really good people trying to make positive change and help transform people's lives. Like
Yeah.
it's real.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that our organizations really believe in is life transformation, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. It's possible. It's all about relationship,
Yep.
and we can help people get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
One of my favorite parts about the whole enterprise is when someone comes to the cafe and then 5 years later they're a case manager at
yeah.
and bringing new people in and saying, hey, this place helped me. I want
Yeah.
to show it to you, like that. Building kind of the team and the workforce of the future for people who've actually walked that walk
Yeah. Yeah.
is exciting to me.
Somebody for them to look up to. And I've had several people on the bench who are in this business. They're working in this, but they came from addiction. They came
Wow.
from like there's one guy said, I was homeless and on the streets for 30 years. And I went, "What?"
Wow.
Had no idea. And just to see where these guys have come from, and that they are a testimony to the fact that we can have life transformation and somebody can change. And so many people say, oh, nobody changes. No, they do.
Absolutely.
They really can. And I think it's coming back to who they are. That's what I talked to Joe Barsana about. He found who he really was by going through drug court.
Oh yeah.
And
he's a great
getting
guy.
out of getting clean and sober. And he's like, I didn't know who I was. So
Yeah, and he's such a force for good now.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
he was great. So anyway, anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, I just really appreciate the work that you and Bread of Life does, and the way we've been able to partner on serving people. And what you're saying about relationship really resonates with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here.
Yeah, Kim.
Appreciate your partnership.
Happy
and
to be here.